Hey, everybody, welcome back to Lettermen Row in our virtual studios for the first time. Not sitting side by side with my man, former Ohio State national champion wide receiver Evan Spencer, but we still got film to break down. Still got some stuff to talk about. So, Evan, thanks for taking the time. Hope that you're staying safe and getting through this situation the best you can.
We are, and as you can see, I'm sure with all the technical difficulties that have come with stands and the virtual meeting. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about one, getting content, but good information to everybody that gets a chance to tune in. So I couldn't be happier to be here, and looking forward to continuing onwards and continuing to give a deeper and deeper perspective to this game we all love.
That's right, and there's no better place than to start, as we'd be doing this anyway. If the offseason had started after April, we'd still be talking about Chris Olave with you and the potential for him, moving into this junior season and what he's got going. It didn't end the way he wanted, right? I mean, that play in the Fiesta Bowl, but maybe that'll be the motivational fuel for him to take it to another level. Where is he at right now? How much higher can he go?
Yeah, well, I mean, the sky's the limit isn't the phrase that I want to use, but let's just think about an individual who has the talent that we saw, right? And he was the guy that we were going to in all of the critical moments in games, right? The Penn State game, the Wisconsin game, and others. He was that guy, right? So now having a moment to whether it was an MA, whether it was a mental mistake or whatever it was, given that happens, those are all incredible opportunities to learn, get better, but then to never do them again, right? So let's think about an individual receiver that's more complete than the Chris Olave that we saw in Penn State and in Wisconsin and some of the other games that ensued throughout the rest of the season. And to me, that's a very dangerous person, if you ask me. So I'm excited about it. I really am. But it's definitely still a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, and that's what's unique about it for him. He had this reputation already for constantly showing up in big games. You think back to freshman year against Michigan, and then the big stage in the Big Ten championship game, and he continued to do that last year, as you said, with Penn State and Wisconsin a couple of times, and he had a touchdown earlier in the Fiesta Bowl. Like that had been his reputation, and it's tough now because you don't want that to be overshadowed by one play.
No, I mean, and I think that it's our job to look at all of the other great bodies of work that we saw throughout the year to make sure that isn't the case. Because, while he's incredible and he's going to become this impressive receiver that is going to have a long future, not everybody's perfect, and there's kryptonite all over the place. And to be able to find one of those moments early on and let that shape your career to come. I mean, I really couldn't look at a stronger case for a success story, like i.e. us having the worst possible thing happen, losing the game opener at home, and then going on to having great successes at the end of the season, right? So like it's a different analogy in a very similar use case, but failures breed success if you're paying attention, if you're surrounded by the right folks, and luckily enough he is.
Yes, and he's got a bunch of good stuff already on film, and Evan Spencer is going to break it down for us like he always does right now. As we dive into Chris Olave, let's roll the tape. All right, Evan, I know that you've broken down some of this stuff from that Wisconsin game, a couple of touchdowns before, but this was really another one of those big-time games with huge atmosphere, and he was a guy that showed up again a couple times in the end zone. Just what is it? How does he have this knack for getting open, it seems like, every single time?
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost, it starts with the playmaking ability, right? The connection that he has with the quarterback that says, in a time of need, if we need this first down, if we need this 15 yards on 3rd and 14, they have that connection. So that's where it starts, first and foremost. But then once you get into these plays, right, just being able to do some debrief on this game. This is second quarter, 43 seconds left in the half, and the score is 0-3. Right. So again, when we need something, you see this connection happen. Now we spoke to the route. It's great. The offensive play call is phenomenal, but it's execution and a connection from receiver to quarterback that it's hard to wrap words around. And that is the progression that's awesome to see from quarterback to receiver. But then also, right, is, a glimpse of what's to come. Imagine taking steps past what we saw last season. That'll just be a recurring thought that I'm going to reiterate here is like that is a very dangerous combo. And then you add Garrett Wilson and others into the equation, and it really starts to look dynamic.
Yeah, this is like it's free money for Ohio State.
Oh yeah, no, totally. And honestly, I checked this out too. He loves man coverage, by the way. I mean, play man to him, please, almighty, because that's where he starts to get a little loose. He'll run a slant route, catch it up, start bopping his shoulders a little bit, and here again, Penn State, right? We got another game down to the wire towards the end of in the fourth quarter. And who are we going to? We're going to Chris Olave in a fade in the right corner of the end zone over here in this right here. Late in the fourth corner, we need one. Big time opponent, big time play, and get up and swag out with your friends. That's what it's about.
I think some of it too is we talk about his speed and the routes and all that stuff, but this is, he doesn't always have to make some of these contested catches that are as difficult as that one, but he certainly can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. He has no fear to do it, right? Though he is not the David Bostons of the world from a stature standpoint, the mentality is very much the same, right? And you can tell him that he's a 300-pound offensive lineman that can just run 4.2 and can really move like this, right? So, when you have that level of, I don't want to say invincibility, but just swagger when you're out there playing, it's, I'm with my boys. I'm good. I know that I'm fine. Yeah.
He's got that ability, that game-changing. But, of course, the speed is part of it. So, as I skip around here, we don't have our perfect technical setup.
Good.
Back and forth. But this is some of that stuff that we're talking about where he's still got that too. And if you want to worry about defending him in the middle of the field, he's going to run by you on the outside.
Yep. And this is typical coverage, right? I think that I can keep up speed-wise and dip my eyes in the backfield, but with a safety and corner who both do the same thing with flat feet, and you look at Olave's speed, it's just never an equation that the defense is going to win. Olave and others in the room, they just play with so much natural momentum, and they understand an object in motion that has leverage more often than not is going to continue to win so long as the ball is caught. So it's pretty fun to watch these guys.
All right. This is not the memory that Chris Olave will have at the Fiesta Bowl.
No, but a great route nonetheless.
Another time, but you can sort of see why this was what Ohio State was looking to come to in that key situation, because it's almost impossible to defend him when you get him in this one-on-one matchup in the middle of the field.
Totally. Because, he's a natural, organic route runner. Like all of his posts, his slants and others, he's getting the defender opposite of where he wants to go. And here's a perfect example, right? He's running with leverage, getting the defender to hint outside of the direction that he wants to go. And now he can win inside on his post. And if he continues to run and he catches the football, right, plays with his speed and leverage, he can't not lose this, or there's no way that he can lose this play, right? And then we see the outcome, and it's a touchdown. Yes, it was 4th and 2, big time environment, but that's what his MO is.
Yeah, that's that point. You've broken that down before. Just trying to get it right at that spot where
there you go.
You're matched up with him here. What choice do you have? You're gonna get beat.
So do not move this. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about, right? So his left foot is on 24's, 11 foot. We're left foot for left foot, but you can see that Olave is obviously inside of the defender, right? So now that Olave is playing with speed, that left foot, his next one is carrying upfield and separating from the defender. So from that position, so long as the receiver does not stop running, the DB cannot win. It is impossible for the DB to win. Now, how the DB wins is if the receiver drops it or something ungodly happens, right? But from that spot, in a fast receiver, especially at Ohio State, that's a winner, always.
Yep. He's done it a lot, and I'd bet a lot of money he does it even more in 2020. He's a motivated guy. Evan Spencer knows the value of that for Ohio State. Great coaching, great talent, and great results, and a great quarterback. Chris Olave is coming back with big things planned. Evan Spencer, appreciate you giving us that insight and analysis. As always, I'm Austin Ward. This has been BuckIQ. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe below to get the latest videos from Lettermen Row.
We got Letterman Live. We've got the practice report. We got rapid reaction. Hey, and we got BuckIQ with Zach Bourne.
For sure. We got recruiting breakdowns with Berm. We got whatever you need. Ohio State football and Ohio State athletics, we've got you covered here at Lettermen Row.